Okay, now that I've set up my folders, I'm ready to begin work. So I'm going to open the question paper. Okay, and cancel that. Scroll down. Okay, ignore those questions because we already have the sample file. So I'm going to zoom out so it's a bit easier to read. Okay, so a trainee has created a style sheet to be used with a website. These contain errors. All colour codes are in hexadecimal. The style sheet should define the following styles. Okay, so this is what we're aiming for. That's our introduction, if you like. And this is the actual question. So we're going to open the style sheet we've been given. The style sheet was not finished and contains a number of errors. Correct and complete the style sheet. So here's the style sheet. There's only one in the folder. Because I've set up my folders, I don't need to be, actually in folders on the desktop and things anymore. I don't really need to come out of the software itself. Okay, only to view the question paper, but obviously in an exam you're going to have a paper copy of this, so you don't need to worry. So open up the CSS file, and straight away I can see that I've got lots of errors in here. I know that because of the little red squiggly lines on the bottom of things. Okay, so go back to the question sheet. Okay, and we're going to focus on the first tag, which is H1, right? So remember, we've got 6 inbuilt heading styles that we can play around with. We've also got a list tag here, paragraph tag, and we're also going to make some changes to the body background colour as well. So first of all, you can see that for each of these tags the colour is not right. So reddish, that's not registered. We need a hex code for that. Okay, so all of these we're going to be changing. These look okay. Font families, the font size, again, they aren't actual valid values. Okay, so they're wrong. Over here we've just got some spelling mistakes that I can see. Right, so centre is actually spelt with British spelling. Okay, so if you remember, HTML only recognises American, so RE should be changed to ER. Left, that's an obvious spelling mistake. Centre should be changed to ER again. Okay, and background colour should be OR for American. Okay, the rest of these things we're going to need to check up the values for. Okay, so I'm going to save that for the moment and we'll go back to our list. So H1, colour needs to be red 66. Okay, we're going to have no green element and no blue element. Remember, the colour gamut on your monitor is mixed from RGB. Okay, all pixels have a red, a green and a blue light, which they mix to make all colours. So we're going to have a red obviously here. So to do that quickly, hashtag 66 for the red and then zeros for the other colours. We always start with a hashtag, and because it's a hex code we need 6 characters, 6 digits after that. I'm going to stick with, the way I do it is I just do all the colours at the same time and then I'll go in and look at the fonts. So I'll do the colour now for H2. It's exactly the same, so I'll do a copy paste. H3, 66, nothing for green, and CC for blue, which which is 3/4, if you remember the values from your textbook. So 66 00 CC. List is going to be all zeros, which is black. Sounds like it should be white, but it's black. If it were all F's, it would be white. Paragraph needs to be zeros as well. Body background colour FF FC 99. So our colours should be okay now. Remember, to get a preview of these, you can hover over your styles in any view. Okay, you can actually click a style to get a preview. Okay, so we're going to deal with the font sizes now. So for the style H1 we want Arial, and if Arial is not available, any sans serif font. That needs to be 20 points high and center aligned. So Arial's already in there. Here's a little trick that you can do for this. Actually use the software to help you write this code. So I'm going to go new style. Doesn't really matter what I pick here. Let's just say it's paragraph. Okay, Arial, and 20 points high. You need to go to value for this. Change pixel to point 20, and then center line is in block. So if I click apply, it's going to write new code. See, it's popped up over here. So I can use that to make changes to this code if I want to, and then I'll just delete this after. Okay, so we want Arial and then sans serif. Okay, so I know that I just need to put in a comma and I can start typing sans serif. You will actually get help with this. Okay, so I know that if sans serif appears, which it appears after just typing in SAN, I can just click the tab key on my keyboard like I would do on Excel, and it'll put that in for me. It just saves a little bit of time. Font size 20 points high, so I just need to change this to 20 pt. Center is already okay. So that's H1 is all fixed now. I can get rid of this and use what I've learnt there to change these. So all of these need to be sans serif as well. H3, and for list we need Times New Roman or otherwise any serif font. Okay, so we want I'm going to change this, so see how this would look. Times New Roman. Okay, this is how I write it. So I'm going to put Times New Roman, and if that is not available in the computer that's viewing my web page, it's going to pick any other serif font. Okay. So that looks good, I can get rid of that. Now I'm going to do all the sizes. So H2 should be 15 point. H3 should be 12 points high. List item should be 12 points high and left aligned, which it is. And italics, bullets, disk. So italics is wrong. Now I know that should just say italic instead of italicized, but if you didn't know that, you could use this to help you out a little bit. So if I wanted an italic font, that's how I would write it. So I'll just get rid of this. Font size for paragraph needs to be 12 point. And I think that's everything. I'm actually going to close, I'll keep this open and we'll preview how this is going to look. So I've saved this, okay. You're going to save the style sheet as an additional version, okay, with your candidate number on there. That's important because you'll need to evidence that at the end, so you should have the original file and the updated file with the new file name, also with a screenshot, otherwise you're not going to be able to get the marks for this. Now there are a lot of marks for this question. It's not a normal question, okay. It's been different from other years, but if you look at the mark scheme, you can see just exactly how many marks are given for this. So this is what we're aiming for. After we've attached the style sheet, we should have these colour schemes. So here we go, here's the start of the marks. So you get one mark, like I said, for the file name, and then these are all for your styles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're not finished. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 marks, all for your styles. That is the majority of marks for this paper. Obviously you get 2 marks for attaching it as well. So style sheets are a really big deal for the summer 13 paper. Let's see what happens when we attach the file now. That's my questions. Okay, so we're going to attach this to J1331 prop, which is this one. So there's my style sheet. Make sure that it's saved. Attach, browse. It'll come up just with one because there's only one in our folder. It will default to the folder we've selected previously, which is easier for us again. Okay, and that looks to be the colour scheme that we need. Remember, if you need to get a preview of code, you can hover your cursor, you can click a tag to get a preview of the format itself, and if you need to make any changes, you just right click, modify, okay, and you can do it this way. So that was a long and quite difficult question, but hopefully that should clear up everything to do with style sheets, hex codes, then changing tags.